Welcome to VacNews, the video channel for industrial vacuum applications. My name is Wolfgang Wieland. We are here at Wieland Lufttechnik in the assembly hall. What you can see here in the background are several larger units. We're not going to talk about these today because I'm frequently asked by our customers, what is it about the VacPro series that makes the VacPro units so successful? How does it come that the quality of the VacPro units is so good? And I would like to show the smaller VacPro units today, starting with the Vac Pro 6, our smallest VacPro unit, and then 3 versions of the Vac Pro 16. First of all, I would like to present the Vac Pro 16 units a little bit closer. I'm going to come later to the Vac Pro 6 over there. The Vac Pro 16 exists in its basic version as a single-phase unit. That's the Vac Pro 16, available also with dust class M and dust class H. And then we have the 3-phase version, Vac Pro 16 M ATEX 3D and H ATEX 3D. These units are always equipped with a 3-phase 400 volt or 380 volt depending on your voltage in your country. And they are available, as I already said, as ATEX units for zone 22, that's ATEX 3D. There are also other ATEX certifications available as special versions. And then we always have the possibility to equip the unit with a dust class M certificate for dangerous dust or dust class H for very dangerous dust, with the various equipments which are required to fulfill the requirements for dust class M and dust class H. And then of course we have the Vac Pro 16 H, the very special unit. I'm going to come to that a little bit later. I would now like to show you the Vac Pro 16 a little bit more in detail. For this I'm going to take the Vac Pro 16 in its basic version, the Vac Pro 16 single phase. First of all, you can see here the chassis, which is really a rugged design. Nothing moves, everything is stable. We have brakes here at the wheels so that the unit cannot move when you use it. Everything is made of solid steel metal sheet. Nothing moves, everything will really also absorb a few shocks if a small accident happens without the unit going to break down immediately. What you can see here, with the lifting and lowering device, the collection container comes out easily. The container has its own wheels so that it is easy to transport to the area where you want to discharge it. And for all VacPro versions it is possible to insert here a plastic bag so that the dirt and dust, also liquids, can be collected directly into the bag and then be taken out with the bag and thrown away. That is important especially for dangerous dust. You don't want to distribute the dust in the area when you discharge the container like this. For metal chips, also for liquids, it's frequently just emptied out without the bag. But this is your decision how you want to empty the container. So let's leave the container away for the moment. Let's take a look at the suction head. We have here 3.6 kilowatt single phase. This is really a lot of suction power. The unit has an enormous suction power which you will feel with a 2-inch hose or DN50, or you could also use a DN60 hose with another suction inlet here. That's also possible, so the unit is really powerful. If we take off the suction head, take a look at the filter. Now this is really industrial quality. That's not a simple filter design. This is really a filter for industrial types of dust, dangerous types of dust. You see here the clean side of the filter. The clean air comes out here through the filter spreaders, through the pockets here. These are the filter pockets, a filter spreader in each pocket to make sure that the filter is tight during use. So when the filter cleaning device is activated, the dust will really come off. It's important that good filter spreaders are used in a unit. Let's take a look at the lower side of the filter. I'm going to put the unit on the floor. No problem here. Now here you can see the filter pockets from the lower side. The dust-laden air comes to the pockets from here. And as you can see, they're really tight. So when we activate the filter cleaning device, the filter which has accumulated here on the surface of the filter will really come off in a very effective way. Here you can see the suction inlet. That's where the suction hose will be connected outside. And you can see here this metal sheet, which makes sure that we have a good pre-separation of the dust. Most of the dust actually will come off at this edge here as the air comes around in a sharp bend, goes to the filter, and the dust cannot follow this movement and falls down into the container. Only a small percentage of the dust will actually come to the filter, and the airspeed here, which will be relatively low because we have a large edge here, a long edge, and that makes sure that the filter, that the airspeed at the filter will be quite low, so that we have very little wear at the filter. That's also important for industrial unit, that this design here is really made in an optimum way, which is the case for the VacPro units. Okay, let's put the unit back together again and try it out. I would now like to show you the unit in operation. I have prepared a little bit of suction material here so that we can actually show you how performant the unit is. We have also prepared some of the suction tools. I have here a suction hose in DN50, a 2-inch hose 5 meters longer, and we have here the straight suction pipe 1 meter long. That's always required, of course, and a small sample of suction nozzles. We have a very large variety of suction nozzles. That's very important that the customer always uses the right suction nozzle for the job in order to get good results. Now let's take down the suction hose. This is a plastic suction hose, but it is also electrically conductive, also because all of our suction hoses, no matter what, polyurethane, rubber, metal, they are all electrically conductive, which is very, very important for the operator. Suction hoses for vacuum cleaners should always be electrically conductive, not only for inflammable or explosive types of material, also for standard material, because this can be very, very dangerous even for the operator when you get high charges here of static electricity in the suction hose. Now the connection pieces here are always turnable. You can turn them actually. This is also important so that when the operator walks around the unit, the suction hose stays in a straight line and does not make small bends and curves. One part goes in here, no matter which one, it doesn't matter. The other one goes into the straight pipe, directly into a suction nozzle. That's also possible to connect a suction nozzle directly here at the connection part. And then we can just choose one of the suction nozzles here. I will now take the floor cleaning nozzle, the large one, 500 millimeters wide, in order to get the best result here. I'm going to show you how the unit works. I'm going to extract the material which lies here on the floor to show you the power of the unit. And right after that, I'm going to activate the filter cleaning device. This is a pneumatic filter cleaning device, which we call AirShock filter cleaning. For this, I will open this AirShock flap here several times, which has an effect that we get a pressure compensation in the unit. The pockets of the filter will open up, will be blown up, and the dust which is on the outside of the filter will actually fall off into the collection container. This system works very well with our pocket filter, as the filter material is tight over the filter spreaders. With other types of filters which are not so tight, which aren't really firm in the container, this will not work. This is the AirShock effect, which has as a consequence that the filter will open up, will blow up, and the filter dust at the outside will fall off into the collection container. The suction material is concentrated in a heap like here, then you do not really require a suction nozzle. You can actually just work with a tube, maybe even faster. Let's take a look. To highlight two other units of the VacPro 16 series, VacPro 6, VacPro 16 series I should say, because the first unit is actually the VacPro 6, this unit here. The main difference to the VacPro 16 is the chassis of the unit. As you can see here, we have this quite simple chassis, but very effective and very good for rough floors. If you have a smooth industrial floors as we have here, this is maybe not the right choice, but if on your job sites the floor is rougher, or if you do not know as a service contractor what type of floor you're going to find at your customers, then this might actually be the better unit. The suction head is identical to the VacPro 16, so same suction power. The filter housing is identical, so same filter performance, and we also have the AirShock filter cleaning device here at the VacPro 6, and also the collection container is identical, so also 50 liters of collection capacity. The differences are mainly the chassis, which I just pointed out, and also the lifting and lowering device of the VacPro 16, which we do not have here. We have a simpler version. With these two clamps you can actually lower the collection container, and we don't have wheels as you can see under the collection container, so you just pull it out. The collection container itself is the same, so also 50 liters of collection capacity, and of course it's also possible to insert plastic bags into the collection container. The other unit which I would like to show you briefly is the VacPro 16 Multipack H. That's this unit here. H stands for dust class H, so this is really dangerous types of dust, toxic types of dust, where a filter performance according to dust class H is required. And all of the VacPro 16 H units have an additional filter inside. Also these units can be equipped with the additional H-type filter, and this filter sits here over the top of the pocket filter which you saw, and the lower part of the suction head we mount an additional filter cartridge which is certified for dust class H that sits here. The main thing about the unit is this collection system which you can see down here. Of course, if you have a toxic material, you do not want to empty it like that, because then you would create a cloud of dust, which is probably not a good idea. You can do it with the plastic bag, which can be inserted in all VacPro units. But better, of course, is this very special system. We have here this endless bag which is pulled out, and almost without contamination you can pack in an airtight way the material in these small bags there. I won't show you this in detail because there's a separate there's a separate video showing the VacPro 16 Multipack H in detail. Please refer to that video to see how the unit works. That was what I wanted to show you today, the VacPro 16 range, and although the VacPro 6, very successful units, very rugged industrial type units. And I had fun today, I hope you too, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next video. Thank you and bye-bye.